make something happen. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet, and one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
Trying to cash in, now a step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To ball. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Beyond the arc for three. That won't go. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Missed it. To Jaren Jackson. Here's Jackson down low. Josh Jackson above the rim on that. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Memphis, they've got it. To Valanciunas. Joel Embiid, snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Jonas Valanciunas, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Deep left corner. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. The pass set it all up. Curling inside. It goes down.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Joel Embiid pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Ball into the front court. Down by 1. And hits the first free throw. Second and 3. Got it. Hits all 3 free throws. Jones with it. It's 12-10. Lets it fly from long range. First one goes down. Hits the second. One more coming. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Whistle and a timeout for Memphis. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Joel Embiid with the block. Sixers control it. Lonzo Ball. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Joel Embiid. And strokes it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Knocked loose. Jonas Valanciunas. 3 for 4. Good start.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Ball. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. Nice pass to set things up. Jaren Jackson with the dunk.
Used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Jones with it. Down 5. To Jackson. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. To Tobias Harris. Has a chance. Harris's shot won't go. And one. Embiid. Good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers. Jones with it. Down 8. To Allen Crabbe. Josh Jackson. To Jaren Jackson. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To J.R. Smith. Not that time. Joel Embiid. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Joel Embiid with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Valanciunas. The rebound belongs to the 76ers. And count the basket inside.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You have to understand something. If you want to win this game, there should be one rule and one rule only. You never give up easy buckets, even if you have to give a hard foul. Make him earn it at the charity stripe.
For 3, drains it.
The post-shot confidence is everything. He's still running down the court, holding his extension.
Rivers, picked up by Brewer. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Rivers into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Jaren Jackson. Jonah Bolden swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Not that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Grizzlies own the basketball. Nice pass to set things up. Jonah Bolden sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Allen. Danny Green tips it. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies.
I got him. Here we go.
Wide open look won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Grayson Allen. To Jaren Jackson. Almost unlucky bounce.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Good for 3.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
To Kelly Oubre. Got a piece to knock it away. That's going to be out of bounds. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Austin Rivers. To Kelly Oubre. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. And this will be out of bounds off of Embiid. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
To Horford. Fires the 3. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Sixers have the basketball. To Allen. Fires the 3. Grayson Allen. You know he loves a challenge.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Substitution being made in this one. And the basket good at the rim.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
He made his first effort, but not that time. Rivers with the basketball. His guys down big. To Kyle Anderson. From long range. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Beyond the arc for three. Can't connect. To Rivers. And a flash. Scores at the rim.
A little early in the game, but someone's got to be feeling pretty good out there.
To Brunson. Has a look. Shot won't go.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
And he's going to the line to shoot. Kyle Anderson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 73%. First one, count it.
Stepping in for the 76ers, number 23, J.R. Smith.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To J.R. Smith. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Rivers to bring it into the front court. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. Gets to the basket and scores.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
To Horford. Going to launch beyond the arc, and that's rebounded by the Grizzlies. Rivers into the front court. They can get a 2-for-1 if they play. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Memphis with the rock.
Get down. Half court, hands up.
Good look that time, but off the mark.
I got him. I got ball.
Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
That's it for the first quarter, and a great start for the 76ers. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Jones with it. Down a bundle. To Valanciunas. Al Horford sends it away.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Gets it in the left corner. Lets it fly from long range. And a putback slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
4-3. Not that time. He missed it. And he finishes at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Number 23, Alan Brett.
Hey, lock up.
Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Josh Jackson above the rim on that. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Great feed. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
It's Grizzlies ball. To Valanciunas. Knocked loose. Josh Jackson. Baseline drive. Shot by Valanciunas off the mark.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Jones with it. Looking to make something happen. He cruises in for two. Too easy.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Hey, I got mine. Don't get yours. I got mine.
To Ball. For three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
I got him.
To Valanciunas. And stuffs it home.
When you get your prescription, you take your medicine, and you call it a day.
To Ball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. To Ball. And throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Whistle and a timeout for Memphis as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. To Valanciunas. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Cashes in for two.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Knocked loose. To Allen. Fires the three. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
He gets it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Fires the three. Buries the trifecta.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Back up.
To Kyle Anderson. Valanciunas. Passed it off. Allen Crabbe, good touch.
That's it? That's all the celebration I get? I wanted to see a little bit more off that one.
Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies. To Valanciunas. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Allen. Grayson Allen powers it through.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
From long range, knocks it down.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Philadelphia with the basketball.
Got him. Good trap, good trap.
Count it.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Joel Embiid rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To J.R. Smith. Beyond the arc for three. Won't go down for J.R. Smith. Defense was all over him. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Danny Green. From the outside, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
To Ball. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Here's a chance from long range. Tobias Harris. He's going to get 3 shots here. A career 81% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Second of 3 is good. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Rivers with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Sixers control it. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Nothing going here on that drive. Layup goes down. Well done.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Tobias Harris. Trying to cash in. Not going down for him this time. To Danny Green. Deep right corner. Lets it fly from long range. And the rebound comes down to Harris. To J.R. Smith. 4-3. Now that's a contest. Austin Rivers. Great feed. Sets it up. It's a big finish. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To J.R. Smith. Oh, nice find for the basket.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
Danny Green. To Jackson. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a 3-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
To J.R. Smith. For 3, still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Jaren Jackson with the dunk.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Sixers call for time as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
Just a friendly reminder, from today's ticket raffle. To the end of today's game to claim your prize at the customer service desk located near section 1.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
76ers, number 21, Joel Embiid. Entering the game for the Grizzlies, number
Whoa, what a finish.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Memphis, they've got it. To Jackson. Rocking the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
number 20, Josh Jackson.
To Allen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, he hits the three.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
To Horford. Has a chance? Not today.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Jaren Jackson. To Valanciunas. Fires the three. Tough shot. No good for Allen Crabbe. To J.R. Smith. Fires the three. And he still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. Jones with it. His guys down big. Has a look. Wide open look. Won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
From long range. Not that time. He misses. Anderson. And scores.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game, and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Allen. The jumper's off the mark.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
And count the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Joel Embiid. Huge block. Grizzlies recover. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Allen Crabbe. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. To Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for 3. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Grizzlies own the basketball. A fundamental shot right there.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound taken by Anderson. Here's a chance from long range. Not done. Slams it home on the putback. Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The 76ers will start the second half with a decent lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Grizzlies were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Three-point shooting. Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Memphis with the rock to Allen Crabbe. To J.R. Smith. Lets it fly from long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Runner's good there.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Tobias Harris, able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
In the front court comes Smith. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Trying to cash in, deep two there, won't go. On the follow, way to stay with it.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Jaren Jackson. And the finish at the rim.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Lonzo Ball with the rock. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Jackson. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
for three. Count the triple.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't. Overcommit, stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
That's off the side of the rim, no good. That's going to be out of bounds. It's Grizzlies ball. Lays it up and in.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
To Embiid. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
From the painted area, won't go down. The shot, almost.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Has a chance. Shot by Ball, no good.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Jonas Valanciunas, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 78% at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To J.R. Smith. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. The rebound taken down by the Sixers. Smith with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Not getting the bounce. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Jones with it. He'll run the offense. Count the basket inside.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way
To
there.
J.R. Smith. Fires the three. Won't go down for J.R. Smith. Defense was all over him from long range. Still can't buy one from distance. It's no good. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Allen Crabbe. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
For the Philadelphia 76ers, number 13.
To Brunson. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
throws it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Shot by Embiid won't go down. Memphis, they've got it.
Let's play deep, play deep, play deep.
To Jaren Jackson. Has a look. Can't connect.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Trying to cash in. Oh, Lonzo Ball. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Beyond the arc for 3. And 1. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Embiid's free throw good. A 3-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Grizzlies own the basketball. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And counted at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Brunson, going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Embiid, good for 2.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points. In the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Counted, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw try, off the mark. To Danny Green. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Memphis with the run.
I got ball. Pick up, match up.
Down the lane to lay it in.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. Joel Embiid pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Has a chance. Not done yet. Here's a chance from long range. It's good for 3.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the 3-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
I got him.
Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken in by Memphis. To Danny Green. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Danny Green picked up by Brewer. Over to the right side. Danny Green to Kelly Oubre. For three, cleared out by Embiid.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Tosses. Flushes down the slam.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Count the basket at the rim.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in think you can get more at the rim.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Embiid.
Number 17, Jonas.
Easy path to the rim.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Austin Rivers to Kelly Oubre. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Sixers have the basketball. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. Down a bundle. And a nice finish at the rim.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
No, it's been scrappy. Let's see who can take the jump. Count the bucket for 2.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Valanciunas. Jumper's good.
The assist from number 14, Danny Green.
To Embiid. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Grizzlies ball. Joel Embiid.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Embiid. No good. Rivers into the front court. His guys down big. That is great vision to set it up. Finish that. Al Horford with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Fires the 3. Not going down here. Fires the 3. Cleans the offensive glass with the flush, taking on all comers.
Huh, what a move. But the move never should have happened in the first place, especially if there's communication from the help side defender. You have to let that guy know which way he can force him defensively to where there's help.
Buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
That ends the third quarter, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. It's Been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Ball brings the rock up court. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Jaren Jackson, great dish to set it up. Allen Crabbe, good touch.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume, you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Beyond the arc for 3. Misfires. It's no good. To Ball. Has a look. Ball shot off the mark. Oh, and a putback.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Tough shot. No good for Allen Crabbe.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Great pass to set it up to Jackson. It was right there. Probing the defense. To Tobias Harris. Going to launch beyond the arc. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. Here's a chance from long range. Count it. Three-pointer is good.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
To Jackson. Here comes the screen.
Take that.
Wide open look, won't go. To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Jones with it. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Horford. Trying to cash in. Horford's shot won't fall. To Allen Crabbe. Jaren Jackson. For 3. Off the iron. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To Valanciunas. Joel Embiid swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Embiid. Can't connect. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
They have to keep him in their grasp.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Embiid. For 3. Offensive board. And scores, plus the foul. Al Horford taking it to the basket. And now with a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Memphis, they've got it. To Valanciunas. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Grayson Allen. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. 4 out of 7.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
Hey, switch that down.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. Jones with it. He'll run the offense.